India called telecom a critical sector, and then promptly let it get hit by 3 supply chain disasters at the same time. So what exactly is breaking down? And why should you care? Here's what's actually happening. Crisis number 1. Shipping. The hardware that powers your 4G and 5G signals, built by companies like Ericsson and Nokia, now takes 4 weeks to reach India. It used to take 1 week. That's a 4-time slowdown, and it shows up right here on this graphic. Why? Because the West Asia conflict has forced cargo ships off the Red Sea route entirely, adding thousands of extra kilometers to every single delivery. It's like your courier suddenly having to detour through 3 extra cities before reaching your door. Your package still comes, just way, way later. And in telecom, later can mean towers don't get upgraded, networks don't expand, and dead zones stay dead. Crisis number 2. Diesel. 12 states right now, including UP, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, and Bihar, have banned the sale of diesel in containers. Sounds like a fuel policy thing, right? But here's the real gut punch. Telecom towers in rural India run on diesel generators because grid power fails for 4 to 6 hours every single day out there. No diesel in containers means no fuel for those generators. No fuel means those towers simply go dark. We're talking about entire regions losing mobile connectivity. And then there's a third crisis brewing. The LPG cutoff hitting the factories that literally make the steel parts towers are built from. No LPG, no galvanization, no new tower components. Industry insiders were warning of complete plant shutdowns within days of that cutoff. So this isn't one problem. It's 3 separate supply chain failures. Shipping, fuel, and raw materials. All colliding with India's telecom infrastructure at the exact same moment. Now that you know what's broken and why. The next question is the one that actually matters for you. What does this mean for businesses on the ground? That's exactly where we're headed next. So now that we know what broke, the real question is, who bleeds and who quietly pockets the opportunity? Because there's always someone on the winning side of a crisis. Let's start with the pain, because it's pretty intense. Airtel, Jio, and Vodafone Idea are getting hit from 2 directions at once. And look at the infographic here, because this dual pressure is real. On one side, network quality is actively degrading. Towers going offline means dropped calls, slower data, and patchy 5G coverage, especially in rural areas that were finally supposed to get connected. These 3 companies have poured billions into their 5G rollouts. Watching that investment underperform because of a fuel logistics crisis? That stings. On the other side, operational costs are spiking hard. Rerouted shipments, emergency diesel procurement at premium prices, scrambled supply chains. Margins were already thin. This makes it worse. Then there are tower manufacturers and galvanization units. And honestly, they might have it worst. Since the LPG cutoff on March 5th, these factories are facing complete shutdowns. No LPG, no production. Which means even if Ericsson or Nokia eventually gets their equipment through, there may not be enough locally made tower infrastructure to actually deploy it. That downstream bottleneck is the second thing to watch on your screen right now. It's a slow-moving problem that could quietly stall 5G expansion for months. Equipment suppliers like Ericsson and Nokia are also taking hits. Potential contract penalties for delays that are completely outside their control. Not a great place to be. Now, the winners. And this is where it gets genuinely interesting. Renewable energy companies like Tata Power Solar and battery manufacturers like Exide are sitting on an unexpected opportunity. Why? Because this crisis is forcing telecom firms to seriously rethink diesel generators. Not just as a backup plan, but as something to replace permanently. If that shift accelerates, demand for solar-powered tower solutions could surge fast. And logistics firms with shipping routes that bypass West Asia entirely? They're gaining real leverage right now, as telecom companies scramble for faster, safer delivery paths. Bottom line, if you're in energy or logistics, this disruption isn't a headache. It's an opening. So we've got the damage mapped and the opportunity flagged. Next, what does the policy response actually look like, and is the government's critical sector label doing anything at all? But here's where it gets interesting. Because beyond the immediate mess, 2 much bigger shifts are quietly being set in motion. And these ones could reshape India's telecom infrastructure for the next decade. Think of telecom towers like highway toll plazas. When they're running, everything flows. UPI payments, emergency calls, delivery app pings. When they go dark, it's like closing every highway exit at once. A freelancer in rural Bihar can't send an invoice. A small business owner in Nagpur can't process a payment. An emergency call in the Northeast just doesn't connect. That's not abstract. That's the real cost of infrastructure failure. So what actually changes from here? 2 things. First, the DOTI has already issued directives in response to this crisis. And industry experts believe this could push the government toward formally classifying telecom towers as essential services. Think hospitals, water supply, that tier. That classification would legally shield towers from fuel restrictions and supply disruptions going forward, making the whole network structurally more resilient. Second, And this one's bigger. This crisis is almost certainly going to accelerate the shift away from diesel entirely. Right now, thousands of towers across India still run on diesel generators. But between fuel bans, rising diesel costs, and government pressure, solar plus battery systems are suddenly looking a lot more attractive, both on the balance sheet and on the ground. Tower companies that move early on renewable energy are going to have a real edge over those still betting on diesel. So if you're a business owner, here's your takeaway. Short term, expect patchy connectivity in rural and semi-urban areas. Plan around it. Medium term, watch for policy movement on that essential services classification. And long term, the businesses and investors backing renewable energy solutions for telecom infrastructure. They're likely sitting on a significant tailwind. The disruption is real, but so is the opportunity hiding right inside it. Follow us for more updates like this. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and X.